EvolveUX Fast Feedback Design session. My name is Maya Schaeffer. I'm the Community and Employee Experience Lead at EvolveUX. I'm also on the Drupal Association Board. I was elected last November by the community, so thank you. Helping to get more non-Drupalists into the Drupal community. So that's my mission. As a hobby, I play ball hockey. So I went actually to the World Championship in Switzerland 2 years ago, and very proud of that. Thank you. After only playing ball hockey for 4 years, I have to say. So I guess there's some talent in me. Anyways, and tonight the Canadians will win. Okay, let's just make this a point. Okay, just quickly, who EvolveUX is, what we do. We build websites we design and build websites. We've grown a lot. I'm sure a lot of you know Alex and Suzanne Dergashef. They've founded EvolveUX over 18 years ago at this point, and we've grown a lot. We're over 60 people, and have done a lot of Drupal training, worked with lots of clients in government, higher ed, nonprofits, and do a lot of Drupal obviously, but also pivoted over a little bit to WordPress, and decoupled, and then what's not showing up here is that, and you've heard it and seen it around, that we also started with the Evolve Digital Summit series. I am wearing my t-shirt underneath, but I was cold. So Evolve Digital is coming up in June. It's a summit that's not super technical, so we have a lot of digital talks, digital strategy communications, design talks, development talks as well, and lots of case studies in Drupal. So if you're interested, I invite you all to come to Montreal on June 12th. Okay, let's get started because we don't have so much time, and I have 4 presenters here today. So what the presenters will do, they will present their projects for max 5 minutes, and I will check the time for real. They will just walk through the website. We have an app, and once that's done, the presenter stays up here, takes notes of what you're giving feedback on. So we follow 3 rounds, so I will always moderate what round we're in. And round 1 is basically what you saw, just quickly to check if you understood the product or the website, right? Very simple, there are no wrong answers. Round 2 is what you liked, so anything positive. It could be the taxonomy, the colors, the layout, the paragraphs, whatsoever. And round 3 is what you would improve. Some presenters might have prepared some specific questions in advance so that you can focus on that area. We will just try with our first presenter, who is Chris. He built you can come up. Round of applause for Chris, please. Chris built, we're here. I asked him, I was like, I created this conference prototype with Lovable. I mean, we saw, if you were here this morning, Rod showed the Lovable scenario and how it can be moved over to Drupal later. I tried that and created a conference app. It wasn't that perfect, so I asked my developer friend, Chris, to build something with AI. So we're looking at this now. It's not done yet, but we appreciate your feedback on that. I obviously gave mine, but let's see what you guys have. So, over to you.
Hello. So this is a very skeletal, bare bones of a conference app that I started making over the course of maybe 3 to 4 days. I mainly used the help of GPT and Codex, despite Lovable using Cloud.
I don't know what Lovable is. So.
Okay. Well, anyway, so I recently graduated as a full stack developer. Front end is something that I'm interested but don't have the most experience in. So what better opportunity than to ask here for a lot of feedback on these things. So this is going to be eventually a mobile app. So we have our buttons at the bottom: home, schedule, speaker, sponsors, and profile. I already have some notes on how to move things around. Perhaps speakers are going to be directory, but so on the home page we have our sessions where you're able to bookmark, learn more about the sponsors, learn more about Evolve Digital. So, okay, so if you try to bookmark anything, it'll bring you to the profile, so let me just do that now. Let's put the password in the first shot. Awesome. Okay, so we can bookmark apps here. We can visit our schedule. We can filter by day. We can open our own schedule. We can view certain details as a preview as well. Let's say that you can go to the full session page where there might be some pictures or some other things that people can add. You can also ask for reminders. Here it's not going to work because I think the date is already passed. And you can click on your speakers, view the company that they represent, and go from there. We also have a sponsors page as well. So I guess when you go to an event and you want to learn more about the sponsors of the event, you'll be able to have more information and details. So here we still have some placeholder informations, like I use Supabase as a backend. You have a network preferences. Accessibility is something that we did not have a chance to learn in school. So in terms of preferences right now, there's just, let's say, like a dark mode, just your basic stuff. And then eventually I'd like to expand on that. Change it back. Okay. What else? Yes, so eventually what we will have is a QR code that will bring you to a user's profile. The profile will show a card that has, let's say, your organization, your background, your LinkedIn, if you want to show it, as well as your email and other ways that you can get connected with people. For attendees, there will be a network where you can connect with people. I'd like to eventually have an option where maybe you can sign in with LinkedIn, similar to Google, where once you connect with somebody, you can directly ask to connect to their profile. And then you can go to your profile, see all your bookmark things. And so as you can see, it's very bare bones. Any and all feedback is very welcome, because I'd really like to learn from this and learn from you. Yeah.
Thank you. So Chris is going to click through the app so that you can keep looking at it and maybe some things come up while looking at it again. But let's start with it. What's round one? Ooh. What did you see? What is this? And sorry, so when you speak up, just share your name quickly so we get to know each other as well, and then you can share your comment. Yes. What's your name? Yeah, you can. Ikru. Ikru?
Yeah. I have a question. So if there's events, would it be possible to build out events with specific kinds of things? Like I remember one of them said leadership or different kinds of events.
So that's not clear. So technically we're not allowed to answer any questions. I will allow this for once. These are like the tracks that each session has. So he didn't mention that, but like here we have tech track or development tracks. Sometimes there's design talk, so that will be the design track. It's just to filter it more easily. So round one, what is this? What did we see? Yes, in the back.
It looks this looks like a conference app. This one here looks like something at the session. Sponsors for the app.
Yeah.
Session information. Here we have speakers.
So it's pretty clear, I would say,
yeah,
right?
It's pretty clear what it is. I definitely understand what it is. I understand what each page function is. That's great. One point of feedback I have.
Wait.
So sorry.
We will follow the rounds, but I come back to you.
I wasn't sure how yeah.
What was your name?
Alex.
Alex. Thank you. Catherine.
It's also an in-event networking app.
Yeah, in-event networking app. Someone else? One more? Yeah.
functionally, it looks like it's a mobile app driven through a desktop.
Awesome. And your name, please?
Oh, Ryan.
Ryan. Good. Round 2. So positive things. What do you like about it? Please. Charbel.
The networking feature, which we miss in almost every event.
Networking feature. I mean, you guys are the perfect examples here, right? Like, think about what you wish you had right now at this camp, right? Think about that. Ryan?
Good use of the 60-30-10 color theory, where you're focusing your colors on your navigation points and your top of page messaging.
You should take notes. Just told him to take notes to remember.
You want me to speak slower?
Great.
One more time, please, if you could. Thank you.
Okay. Do you mind repeating it? Yeah.
60-30.
Yeah, your 60-30-10 color theory, where you're using the primary color choice to drive focus to navigation, focus points of your entries, and your top of page call to actions or displays.
Great.
What else do you like about the app? Or the look? Yeah.
I'm Dan. Coming from a backend developer, I appreciated that the UI was like pretty clean. I appreciated that there was a dark mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like flashlights in my face, so I really appreciate that.
Okay. Danny, dark mode, minimalistic design.
Yeah.
Great. Ryan?
One last one for me. I have to give kudos, proper spacing, good job.
Good. Yes, in the back.
Can you actually sign in with Google? Is actually a very good email with links? Maybe I missed that.
He's not allowed to answer.
Yeah, if you can, I like that.
Yeah. Good. Then let's move over to round 3. What would you suggest improving? What did you miss? What was... Okay, hands go up. I love it. Okay, let's start here. What's your name? Alan.
You could add a map.
Yes. We actually spoke about that. Good. Yes, right next to you.
Jim, it seems very text focused. Some of us that are more visually, not text processors, like icons and visual, adds really visual interest, but it also helps drive navigation.
Mm-hmm.
What I see at first glance is a whole bunch of text.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hi, Anoma. It seems a little bit long to scroll. Maybe having expandable areas, maybe that's navigation.
Mm-hmm. You got that? You can also take notes on here. Simon?
I think I would love to see the schedule, especially the session I bookmarked with a UI that loosely resembles Google Calendar or like an actual calendar app, so that I can see them. I can see roughly how long they're lasting, if there's any overlap, and that kind of thing. So it's like something I never got in any of the conference apps I've built.
Let's go to the back. Back row.
No, thanks.
What's your name?
Lee,
Lee.
you would need elements of branding from the event, and I understand because you made it that that's not there, and that would tie in your color scheme, your headings, and all that. I would also use your landing page as your navigation page, fill it with your buttons there, because lots of these events have tons of different components, and it's much easier for the user to navigate through different things if they can bounce off the landing page to find their speakers, their schedule, their sponsors, etc.
Yeah. Alex? Okay, last one. One more. Somebody who hasn't said anything yet? Here we go.
So I'm Adriana. So like building on like I know you've covered like default just branding and all that. I like how simple it is, but sometimes it's hard to tell the differences between sections because they're all so similar. So whether it's like through branding or through icons or through colors and all that. Because like you go down to the about evolve digital, can you scroll? Yeah, so like, right, like all of this, that to me looks as if it's the same thing almost as the elements above it. So just maybe like a separation.
Good. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Thank you,
for
Chris. Good. Now you have an idea, and we'll continue with Dave. Of that. Yeah. Yeah. Here we go. Dave is the coordinator of web services, and we have Devin as well here. And we'll look at the Ottawa Public Library online resources site.
Great.
Here you go. You can either use this or.
I guess I should start by asking, who's from Ottawa here? How many of you have library cards? Okay, shame on the ones that don't. Usually, it's free, which leads into our next point. As a taxpayer, you subsidize or you contribute to one of the library's most important investments, and that's its online resource catalog. These are all licensed resources that our collection development team have selected to sort of represent the broad intellectual, recreational, and other interests of the broader community. So this page, I'll briefly preface this by noting that we've gone through a rebranding exercise over the last year. But the feature that I'm going to show you is actually something that preceded that by probably a couple of years. So this is an old design, and which is one of the reasons why I agreed to come here. We don't have a huge UX department. In fact, we basically don't have anyone in UX who specializes in UX except for Devin. So we're here with open ears. So we arrive at this page, and just another note, when I say online resources, I'm talking about licensed resources that include things like newspapers, video sources like Canopy, which is sort of similar to, in some respects, to Netflix, or not as entertainment focused necessarily, but more focused on international film and so forth. So we have identified within our corpus of collections, of online collections, we sort of narrowed it down to like 5 different modalities, including research, listening-oriented, reading-oriented, watching, like the videos, and listening, so auditory resources. And each of these, of the 100 or so that we actually license, are quite diverse. There's similarities in terms of how people will access these and how they'll interact with them. But within those similarities, there's also differences in terms of those access points and also the modality, how they interact with the items, including a broad spectrum of these. Also includes apps and so forth. So normally, what a user does is they zero in on the resource that they want, and they click on. I don't remember my password, so I can't log in to show you. But they'll either go through one of probably 2 or 3 different authentication methods. The most likely or the most popularly used is something called Easy Proxy, which basically goes through the library authentication system and forwards the URL to the vendor where it's authenticated. But there's other methods for doing that, like creating accounts on the external resource and so forth and so on. So this is all wrapped for all the Drupal developers in here. This is all wrapped in basically a search API interface with the facets, the full text search, the languages that we serve, and the subjects, and I've already shown you the modalities. And because there are such a diversity of methodologies for accessing this stuff, we've also included help files and the privacy and terms of use documents that one might consult but rarely does.
That makes it up, right?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
No, no, it's.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
good, yeah.
Awesome, thank you so much.
I just want to point out the new T-shirt. This kind of represents our new brand.
Very nice. Good. You have notes? Okay, we're in Notepad. Awesome. Good. What do we see? Number one. What do we see? Yes, I saw one hand.
I saw a very clean website that put the information you needed right here.
Yeah. Online resource library. Yeah, Alex?
Everything's clearly labeled. Like, you know exactly what you want, what you're getting, where you're getting it. Everything that's outbound link, like, you know exactly what you need.
So you jumped into round 2, which is fine because I think round 1 is clear.
What I saw. On the screen, isn't that what we're doing?
Oh, well, it sounds positive too, so we'll take it as both.
Oh, okay.
That's okay. So, good icons. What else? You can scroll down and continue clicking around.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
My name's Matthew, and I just see like a long list that I'm gonna have to perhaps. Yeah.
Is this positive? You like it?
It's my first reaction to it.
What else do you like about it? The look, the feel. Is it familiar? Yeah, in the back. What's your name again? Sorry.
Oh, Rob.
Oh, Rod. Yeah, yeah.
I like the color scheme, the purple pops, very royal. That's
Yeah.
that helped me.
Anything else that you see? Yeah.
Is this still round 1? Sorry, it's better.
2.
This is 2 now? Okay. I'm going to jump back a little bit.
Chris.
Sorry, Chris. I'm Chris. Part of it is like what I don't see, to be honest, because it is such a long list. There's a lot of not seeing. It's a lot that I have to scroll through.
That's positive?
Not really. That was more like what I see. Positive is that there's really like a breadth of content there. So like it is a bit of both. I think like at first glance, it's kind of like what the first one would be is what I'm not actually seeing, and then like what I think is positive is like there is a lot there, and that I think is the value of this, right? The library is saying that we have a lot of resources at our disposal, and that is a good thing, and that does come across.
What about the filters or? Okay, we jumped to round 3. What should be improved? Okay, love that. Okay, let's start in the front.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'm Adriana.
Adriana, yeah.
I have a couple things. So, just generally, I work on your alignment. So just simple things like aligning the box with the same as the hero image. Like that's super simple, but it just kind of makes it more clean. Another thing I would note would be the consistency. So when you have your search box here, and it says full text search, and then content language, and then the interaction method.
feedback, right? Like if you don't know, it's maybe.
Yeah, like my biggest thing, right, is because you have the other line, I assume it's a link, and I'm assuming it goes to the same thing that the button goes to, but beside the button you have the icon indicating that it's like an external link, but then you don't have it in the title, so I would keep that consistent, and then just like check your headings to make sure that the access video on demand is the heading above the access this resource, because you mentioned access this resource a bunch, so I would just make sure that it like makes sense that it's pertaining to that. And I will stop.
Thank you. Oh gosh, so many hands. We have 2 more presenters, so we got a quick, right behind. What's your name?
I'm Steph.
Steph.
I'm a library user at EvolveUX.
All right, thank you.
That happened in second. I'm actually going to disagree with whoever liked the purple because you guys have just gone through this gorgeous rebranding and the purple is really jarring. And especially when you go up to your top navigation, you've got the kids label in purple, and so there's a disconnect there. So if you want people to go to the kids section and that is in a different color, I think that your other navigation probably needs to be more in line with the rest of your branding coloring, just for that consistency on page. Otherwise, it just looks like it's either part of that section or it's a legacy of the old teal and purple sites that nobody bothered changing. The other little thing that's kind of bugging me, if you can scroll down just a little bit, is the way you've got the sections mapped out makes sense where the help guides, the privacy terms of use are off to the side, but the action icon being on the right doesn't make sense given that English is a left to right language. So having that be on the side, your action isn't part of that help guide or those terms. That's kind of the action for the section. So that just seems a little bit off kilter.
And one more, because your hand was up first again.
I was thinking that maybe a alternative way of doing this might be useful. Instead of inline, maybe having more of a grid, so you can scroll more clearly. Also, going back to the languages, are you able to select only one at a time? Is that why it's like that? Okay, I thought so. Yeah, I know you'll have to change the way that this is rendered because the way it's in line doesn't fit that well, but you still have to retain the multi-select. Maybe using checkboxes instead might work. Yeah, last going back to the watch icon over on the right of access video on demand. Like you were saying before, maybe put that in line with the title. Access video on demand. TV symbol should be to the left or right of that. That's all I got.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. If you have more feedback, yes.
Thank you.
Please feel free to give more feedback later, but we just need to continue. Next up, Chris. Second Chris here. Chris Mantel's up next. And did you want to do the desktop or the mobile? Which one? You can introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm also Chris. I'm a creative director and graphic designer in Ottawa. So I'm going to show you quickly, this is a microsite for a strat plan that I recently worked on. The idea behind this was that it is an extension of the print version. So we started there. Sorry, let me just, it's inverted.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. That's a me thing. Yeah, so the idea with this, simple microsite, one page, quickly get like in and out of this this site. We want to give like a high-level overview of the strat plan. It's not a one-to-one, so there is content that was omitted because we are also trying to drive users to the actual strat plan itself. But the intent was really to create like an intuitive high-level summary of the information, while also affirming core elements of the brand. So like these are the pillars of the school, and really trying to affirm like the color association, those icons, alongside like the core brand colors, which is like a garnet and the whites and grays. Yeah, so again, like trying to be very streamlined, trying to just like move through that content really easily. There's an underlying structure that is very just sort of like splitting the page in half, and that's reflected in the print version, it's reflected in the desktop version, and again, just to like really break out that content into like easy digestible pieces. This is where we did some scrolling to just help kind of condense some of that information. On the desktop version, it is a carousel, so I know like boo hiss, like that's not popular. But yeah, this is just, again, like just really trying to get in and out, give users a sense of what the brand is, while also conveying the information of the strat plan, and then again, kind of affirming what the core brand is, which is like this garnet, the black and white, again, using this nice scroll to just combine some of that information to help with like the overall length of the page. But again, and like that core brand against the pillars here, which are like these bright colors, and really let those colors pop. That's a large intent behind the color scheme, is like leverage that black and white, so those colors just like really burst off the page. And again, giving people an opportunity to just learn a bit more, like affirm like this is what the pillars are. You can click read more, jump to another site that has like the full information. Some space for video. Just trying to think if there's anything I forgot. Oh, this is some stuff that I would be curious to hear about, and just sitting on the accessibility talk prior to this. So we experimented with, I guess these are called overlays. So like a button that just like lets users just instantly get like a high contrast mode or a dark mode, whatever you want to call it, and then a plain text button. So if speaking to some users, I've heard a lot of feedback that like they just want just like a text version. They just want all that stuff stripped out so that they can use their screener the way they prefer to move through that. None of this is meant to supersede or replace like core accessibility functionality, but is meant to add to it, make it a bit more like accessible, prominent, and also speak to an intent by this school to say like we are prioritizing this. This is important. So like making it front and center again to like help with usability, get those important tools like right up front. We had also played with like there was like some light like rotating color animation, so there was a button to just turn that off. So again, it's like if you are a user who just doesn't want that, you just immediately like right in front of you, and we have it positioned at like the bottom of the screen here. You can click that, turn it off. Basically, again, just give users what they need immediately, but without superseding like basic accessibility functionality.
And you want to know if that's good or not? Or
Sorry?
question?
Just thoughts. Like again, like I'm not a developer, and I'm by no means an accessibility expert. So if you have like experience with this, or like best practice, or just thoughts, or you've used these features, like I'm just happy to hear any thoughts on that kind of functionality. Yeah. Is that 5 minutes?
Yes. Thank you, Chris.
Okay.
Good. Round one. Yes, in the back.
And Mike, I see a beautifully produced piece, but in my real job, I would be convincing senior management that that's a fluff piece that's wasteful of resources of web, and to tell them to put it as a flat document and not do that. And I would get a lot of
like about it?
Then,
What? Den?
then.
Denny, right, Denny, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Considering I have a really short attention span and there was a lot of text involved and a lot of scrolling, I really love that the way you separated the text content, so it's not text after text after text, but you put images and like the colors of the images was contrasting with the next, whatever was coming next. So that kept me engaged and I really wanted to know what was coming next. So it was really surprising for me to see something that long that kept me engaged and I still wanted to read and see what's coming next. So like, awesome work.
Someone else? Okay, what could be improved? Yes, Alex.
It's great, you're at the carousel section, it's perfect. I believe you do need some sort of visual indicator that it can be swiped. Right now you just have circles, those can be so easily missed. I do it all the time on mobile. And when there's nothing indicating you can go left or right, it's just dots on the page. So you need some sort of, like even just an arrow, like 2 arrows, one to the left, one to the side, just indicate you can go left, you can go right, so that someone who needs that information knows that that's the gesture they need to use to access it.
Yes.
Jim, when you're on your main page, when you're scrolling up and down, does it all automatically snap to a full page, or can you get stuck halfway? Because I wouldn't know. Like I can easily see getting stuck halfway, and you're looking at the text at the top and the picture at the bottom, like that. So,
Yes, I forgot your name, I'm sorry. Ellen, yeah.
Could you scroll up to the 4 colored square blocks? Yeah, these. So it wasn't intuitive to me that these were clickable until I actually saw you do it. If there's maybe some sort of animation before anyone clicks them.
Tap for more information.
Can I do it?
Tap for more. Okay, yeah, that's a good name.
It's not original.
Yeah, but never mind.
But I've heard that feedback before, so please don't that's great feedback. That is good feedback.
Okay, one last one, right?
Since you asked, I thought I'd talk to you about your buttons,
Yes.
because we're doing very similar. We're launching something, and we have a reduced motion feature, which is exactly what you've identified. So are those buttons going to be docked?
Pardon?
Are they going to be docked to the bottom of your
So that the entire time you're scrolling, they're sitting there. That was
Yeah.
not my intention. They would stay in that spot. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So the only thing I'll just raise, and it's not about a solution, it's more about how you would think about it, and that is this going to be a promotional piece to attract certain users to the site? If so, your design thoughts and ideas are perfect. Love it. Now, about putting the cart before the horse, if you have those buttons front and center all the time, you're probably putting too much emphasis on catering to the 1%. I know it's valuable, I know it's essential, but if it's not something that's a little subtle, giving the user the ability to get to it, it might just be too intrusive for your product. So it's just something to be aware of.
Thank you.
Okay, one more round of applause. Thank you, Chris. And it's 3 o'clock, and technically we would have one more presenter. So we have 20 minutes until the next session. If you want to grab a coffee, you can go. If you want to stay and we give our last presenter the chance to show their nonprofit side quickly, you're welcome to stay. I think I'll just take. Yeah, okay, great. Well, thank you, guys. Usually I'm not so bad with time management. But you guys gave good feedback, right? I didn't want to cut you off.
On the other side.
Can you see the screen?
I think you might need to open it.
Hello, everybody. My name is Michael. Is it too loud?
No, it's good.
Okay. So, what I do is I am a developer and I'm trying to develop my design eye. So, I volunteer for an organization that promotes vegetarian lifestyle or plant-based lifestyle, but I am not 100% vegetarian, but I just want to encourage people to eat more vegetables for health and other reasons. So this is the old site, it's called Veg Ottawa, and the president asked me to redesign the site. So this is, you can see the cursor. So this is the old site, and as you see, it's pretty old, has been designed maybe like 10 years ago, and I redesigned the site using WordPress. I know it's a Drupal camp, but
We welcome you.
they wanted to use Elementor to redo it. So this is the new site, and I just want to get some feedback. I'm still like 60% into the project, so I just want to get feedback on the site. So this is the area above the fold. This is where like 80% of people will live statistically. This is what I've heard. So I just try to design it really cool. So this is the area. It talks about what we are. So there's what we are, and then the next section would be why we do it. So this is a section about why we care about vegetarian. It's a hard word to say, but anyways. So we have reasons. We have an image of a sad cow. And then we go down. This is a section that talks about how we do it. So we have local discounts, we have events. So if you go down and put some cool animations, I'm not too sure, I need some feedback on animations. So you see the nav bar, it's glass morphing. I tried to make it blurry. And then here we have the festival, we have the animation, we have the events, and we have volunteer, we have business partners, and then here's the call to action. So there are 3 ways to support us. So we have these cards here. So whenever you go over the buttons, put some animations in there, and at the bottom here, it feels like a card. You see this animation? I like it. Anyways, I'm just going to show you just the landing page, and you can critique me. So I put, cool animations here and there. I know it's not, I'm just a developer. I'm trying to add some design. I'm trying to improve my design skills. So I just need some feedback, and that's all.
Thank you. What did you see? Round 1. Simon.
Well, we all see a huge upgrade.
Yes.
So here, he didn't want to put a lot of vegetables. He didn't want to make them feel like we were obsessed with vegetables. So I just wanted to put more people in there, some hints of vegetables here and there, but.
Do you have something to take notes?
No, I can just listen to that.
Okay. What do you like about it? So many hands. Catherine.
It seems more about building community than selling vegetables.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Like compared to.
Yeah? Then in the back, I saw more hands. Yeah, Jim?
I really liked the very first landing page. You had the mission statement and stuff in the picture, and it was engaging right off the bat. Kind of got an idea of what
Yeah?
It's very clean, lots of use of void space. It's very much on brand, and it's a much better use of the above fold.
Chris?
I think you did a good job of breaking the content up throughout the page. Like, it feels intuitive, it doesn't feel overwhelming.
Good. What can be improved? Any suggestions? Alex?
That carousel you have there, if you could scroll to it, please. No, it was down below. It was this automatic scrolling vegetables.
What is it?
Goes down, down, down.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Don't do that.
Oh,
Don't do
you
that.
like it?
It's not a design choice. That's terrible for accessibility. This automatic scrolling can create
scrolls at the same time. Like when you scroll down, it scrolls. So it doesn't.
Basically, just pause it and allow them to browse through
Yeah.
themselves. And I know that you like that little animation for the footer, but that information should just be there, be available with no extra font.
Okay.
You can put your animation other places.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm Maya. While I always do enjoy a nice animation, I do think that it could be a little more intentional and serve more purpose. The hover effect for the background is a little distracting. Might be also a contrast issue, I believe. And as for the scroll triggered animations, I think the trigger is too low, and I do not think that the direction makes much sense.
Okay.
If anything, I would do it side to side and maybe a little more subtle.
Okay.
But as I said, I'm always a fan.
Okay.
Chris?
From a design perspective, I like the use of yellow. I think it pops against the green and white. I think if your donate button should be something different though. Because especially when I first went on the page, that the association with like the two yellow buttons just I think is a bit jarring at first.
Okay.
It might be placeholder, you got like an avocado in there. You also have the avocado under I think recipes. So
Yeah.
it's like a little thing. Like if that is an intentional association, I think you need to be clear as to like what icon you're using there. But I think yeah, especially if you're using the yellow thread the rest of the page, I think that donate button is something else.
Okay.
And potentially have it repeated or like sticky in some ways that is like more present.
Okay. Thank you.
One last one? Terrific.
The color contrast, which is white and green, seems to be okay. But if you scroll up more, a little bit more, what happened? The color contrast became very, very hard on
Yeah.
the background.
Yeah. Yeah. I will make it white when it's in the dark area. So I'll fix that. Thank you.
Good
I'll
point.
make it white.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, everyone.